meticulously crafting this video because I know the content creators I'm talking about in this video will take every opportunity that they have to attack me as a creator and as a person, and I don't want to give them that power.
Don't want to give them that power. Do you plan somehow to take it away? Do you mean that your video is so meticulously crafted that it is above criticism? Tell you what, Rose, I'm gonna make you a deal here. I'm not going to attack you personally. I'm just going to take apart what you say. But something tells me you don't know the difference between being personally attacked from being criticized.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Yeah, broadcast live, part of your badass. We broadcast now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tommy C. This is Shot from the Point, and I got Mr. Matt here. I forgot to put the picture in the corner.
What up?
I blame you.
Oh yeah.
I blame you, sir.
Blame me.
Yes. All this work we did, and I didn't get to put Rose Mulet or Mulet. I'm guessing Mulet because I watch a lot of hockey, and that's a French name. And OCD cured, baby. What's happening? What's happening, chat? John Moriarty, TKO Rising, Nikki Red, EDP.
That's a lot of money, I guess.
Hype boy. I don't know about that guy. All right, thank you so much. How many cats? No, we're not doing that. You could do that. We're trying something. We're gonna try something different today.
We're being nice. We're being critical and nice.
Critical? All right, here's what we're gonna do. Here's a plan. Let's cut the music. Let's go right into it. Here's the deal. The person we're about to cover today, it is a bit of a punch down. And I took her, I'm going to be attacked, and they're going to attack my character, all right? And normally, yeah, I think it's fair. It's probably what we do. But I took it as a challenge. I think we can watch this video, take apart what she says, and laugh at it without attacking her personally. I think it'd be done, and I still think it can be funny. Because the video is done by someone who sees no nuance, no context, no show. She doesn't see show anywhere. There's no show. Everything is just so literal. And the video basically comes down to what? Don't be racist.
Yeah.
Don't be mean.
Don't be racist in the chat, basically.
Don't be racist in the chat.
Yeah.
Don't be mean. Wasn't Rose Mulet? Well, we're gonna watch the whole video. Apparently, this masterpiece has been worked on since August. Yeah, and look, we could go after a lot of things, and I'm not going to. I will if I get the response I'm expecting. If I don't, then I won't. All right, so we're gonna give the benefit of the doubt here. So what I've surmised in this person wants to be famous desperately. And I'm not saying it in the sense that you're only criticizing us because you want views or stuff like that. I don't even know if that's the case. I think it's just sort of lazy activism in a sense. I think, or maybe some kind of weird obligation or something like that. But the thing is that gets me about this is it's hysterical. This is where I'm going to laugh at her. I'm not going to attack her. It's just everything's taken so literally. Like, it's a big no fun. Okay, Mom, we'll be quiet down there. Sorry. We're just kidding. And, like, I do get the feeling, who does this person think she is? Being able to, like, oh, you can't do that, you can't do this. That's a big part of the reasons shows like Augie's and mine exist. Because both men and women are sick of being told what they can and can't joke, say. So you got to see this. It's fucking funny. And I don't really need to add all that much, to be perfectly honest with you. It's just kind of like somebody just takes the whole thing like too literally, too seriously, doesn't see any nuance or humor or even have any fun. I didn't want to do it that way. Boy, I'm really off. There we go. That's the way I'm supposed to do it. You know, would you agree with me? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
And there's some glaring mistakes in here. Glaring lack of research that took 6 months. So let's enjoy the scariest video she ever made.
I have never been more scared to make a YouTube video than I am right now. Now, back in August,
What do you think was going to be done to you?
A show on Shot from the Point episode on her.
Oh, I'm sure I'm giving into this a little bit. Oh, I'm absolutely sure of that. But so what? You know, I did Queen of Spade too. Yeah.
I got myself into some controversy with these commentary YouTubers.
And it didn't drag on. And he didn't. He just called in, by the way. It didn't drag on for months. I did one and I get out. I'm not big on the bandwagon thing. I don't personally like that.
Yeah.
I appeared on Augie RFC's live stream.
Someone just tweeted me that
You didn't appear. You called in.
Rose Mulet was here.
I feel like a massive boomer right now. I don't know who Rose Mulet is.
I love how Augie thought there was somebody famous.
Yeah.
Is this person like a YouTuber or something?
I appeared on a live stream with John Swan.
Are we gonna let Rose Mulet in the call? Because I think she's in here. Rose, you're on the air.
Welcome
yes,
back, Rose.
And I was in Nicholas Yorio's chat, basically condemning them all for their horrific behavior.
Thanks, Ma. We'll knock it off now.
Mom, come on.
This is what I mean by lazy acting is I'd condemn them all for their horrific behavior. You're like a kindergarten teacher. You are the reason shows like this exist. Everybody's sick of being condemned.
Let me speak.
Okay, Bobax. Rose exposed the alt-right commentary community. You're next. Yeah.
This is my stance on the N-word. I don't care that Turkey Tom used it in Discord DMs. I don't give a shit. It doesn't affect me. If people want to use it, they're welcome to use it.
Why are you okay with that?
Because he's white. He doesn't care.
And at the time that I was calling them out, all that really was
Is that was supposed to be reprehensible?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't say, you know, like when I hear this conversation, like, look, and you can bad me that group. I don't care if I hear the N-word or not. You know, doesn't make much difference to me. I guess if I was hearing like a real, like, disgusting racist, I just would leave. You know, I just like, this guy's fucking whack, man. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, just change the channel.
Yeah. Or like if I heard it in a bar, like I don't want to sit next to this fucking guy. Fuck this guy. Nobody likes that shit. But yeah, I don't care if I hear it either. And the conversation I've most heard was if I say something like that, well, you don't understand because you're not black. Okay, then why should I be offended? You really can't have it both ways. Now, in fairness to Rose, that's not the argument she's making, but you can't have it both ways. You can't sit there and say that you don't understand because you're black, and at the same time be completely, why don't you condemn them? Because they don't care. I'm not black. It's funny.
Resulted in was their fans turning against me.
Here's the issue, Rose. You're making a video, apparently. But the thing is, like, my audience knows I don't give a shit.
I felt kind of defeated because I knew that the evidence I had was substantial, but I worried about how receptive the viewers to these channels would be. So I spent the last 6 months meticulously crafting this video because I know the content creators I'm talking about in this video will take every opportunity that they have to attack me as a creator and as a person, and I don't want to give them that power.
And that's the challenge. Yeah. I'm not going to attack you as a person. If I was going to do that, I would dig up your music, go through that, laugh at all sorts of stuff. I would do everything within the realms of YouTube if I was going to do that. But I got to be honest with you, it's comical without it. It's like you're like the queen of no fun.
So maybe you're watching this video and you're wondering why I'm making this. Why am I talking about this community? But here's the thing. I was a big fan of these channels. I enjoyed their...
Which I don't believe.
Watches one stream.
Yeah,
I was a big fan
I don't believe that for a minute. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. the right opinion's lies. How Blair... This is not... I debated Xander Hall. That might be interesting. I'm not buying that due to your political views. I just don't understand why anybody that would be so offended and feel like a crack from Augie is hard evidence of... I don't know. Is this your application to the cancel culture community? You want to be a leader? I don't buy that. I hear it all the time. I used to be a big fan of you. I was like, how come I never heard of you? How come I never dealt with you? I'm so, like, I'm more involved than most YouTubers with fans. I sit down with them, talk to them. God, I take more on my back. I mean, I recently dealt with a fan's death of a friend privately. I don't know anybody that does that shit. You know, and sometimes it gets too heavy and I have to take a break. But I mean, no, I don't buy it. I don't believe you.
People in the chat have pointed out. I used to be a fan of yours. Is basically concern trolling 101.
Yeah, it's concern trolling. That's what it is. I think it's dishonest.
And I saw that Nicholas DeOrio was hosting a live stream. But when I was watching the live stream, I noticed some weird stuff going on. Specifically, some of the donations that were being read out.
Bad news brings good super chats. Turkey Tom said $5, sending the N. $5, sending the I. Sending the G. We're spelling a word right now. They've literally spelt the N-word. They've donated me the N-word, one donation at a time.
Okay. First of all, this gone is disingenuous as fuck. Why
That's a lot of money, I guess,
he
for
deletes
a
every
person of
stream.
color.
Oh man, I totally forgot about this girl, LO. Making her video is sole reason for anything that happens to her. Remember what happened to Noah? No, I don't. Thank you, Jessica. I'm not particularly familiar. I got familiar in the last 3 hours. Like, yeah, it's kind of, I think it's just disingenuous. Because it suggests that Nick would know this. And he deletes all the streams, pretty much.
Yeah.
If he does stream in his main, he'll put it on. It's not a... Not everybody keeps
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person of color.
Don't come to the playground and tell us to stop playing dodgeball. I can't stand these Karens. Yeah, that's kind of the same thing. We got a Karen on our hands. Young Karen.
Chat, I gotta give you some credit on this one. That's fantastic.
Do you disavow?
I don't disavow anything.
Dude, you're a bait.
So after this happened, I left.
Yeah, well, why disavow it? It's just, you sit there. I really have to constantly lecture my audience on N-word towers. I mean, I do set some rules, but I mean, I just don't want to turn into a Karen. What's up?
That's a lot of
number
money,
one rule is you tell chat to stop is just going to increase, right?
Oh yeah, that's another one. She's one of those you're responsible for everything audience does, Karens. Yeah, it does seem that way. I actually want to see the chat for a change in the other window. Yeah, so this I mean, that's just funny to me, you know.
A few comments in the chat basically saying, hey, this is kind of racist, this is kind of weird, can you not spell the N-word in the chat?
Well, which is why you have 1,000 subs.
That's a lot of money, I guess,
yeah,
for a person of color.
If you don't want that, you have to. If you don't want that, and you want a free chat, and you don't want to be over moderated, you can't sit there and lecture people. Sorry.
This isn't funny, this isn't a joke, and people were...
It clearly is a joke. It's a joke you don't like. Tasteless, I agree. And kind of stupid and immature, but again, like who wants to come? Like I get really good donations for a small YouTuber. Who wants to come home and be lectured by me? Put a one in the chat if you want to be lectured by me. These people work. They're going through a hard time. They want to let loose. With racism? No, I don't think it's racism. I think racism is you can't have a job from like, you want to be lectured by me? Look at y'all. All I have to do, you guys are total. Okay. Ban all cats in the chat. Anybody who puts a cat or a positivity cat in the chat. There you go. I got your back. You guys are, I could say anything.
Hey, chat, stop making fun of my missing leg, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Put a 2 in the chat. If you're gonna stop, if you won't stop making fun of Matt Pitt's missing leg. Yeah, no cats.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, there you go. This is a perfect example. You guys will listen to anything. Maybe she's kind of proving it right. You automatons. I can tell you to do anything.
Were attacking me for this. People were saying I was overreacting.
I think that's fair. That's not an attack. That's a criticism, by the way.
And at that point, I just knew that this community was kind of toxic, and I felt the need to say something about it. Nicholas Durio then made a few tweets about me on his public Twitter and basically doubled down.
He has a private Twitter?
Down on the fact that there were nothing wrong with these comments, and it was funny when they were saying the N-word. I then decided to...
They weren't saying it was a chat. Yeah, I think N-word tower is by itself isn't it. Well, the thing that which you don't understand, what makes these things funny to some, all right, I think an N-word tower by itself is not funny, is first of all the people it outrages, because and the fact that it outrages people with absolutely no context. The simple word Voldemort, and then there's the other group of people that you want to piss off is the race baiters. The people that use this as an example of the world coming apart by the seams. Please hand me your money, and I'll save the world. And it's like this. And then number three, it's rebellion. It's rebellion against fucking political correctness. These are the things. That's what the rebellion against political correctness.
That's a lot of money, I guess.
Is what makes it. The rebellion is what makes it fun.
Yeah,
we're going back on people like, I would never build an N-word tower, and they are stupid. And honestly, I think we've actually stopped people from doing that shit in here. You know, if it's just like gratuitous or something like that. Oh, great! Now watch this happen.
Yeah,
exactly. You don't know what you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing. You're just this is a I don't know. Here we go. You guys can't even build a proper N-word tower. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, it's the worst one I've ever
funny.
seen.
You're the worst N-word tower ever.
Does that mean our chat isn't racist?
Yeah.
Does that
mean, yeah, exactly. If they just can't bring themselves to do it.
Does someone put a Y?
To watch some of his other YouTube videos, and this behavior isn't out of the norm for him. In a YouTube video he posted, he seems to make very questionable comments about rappers, which obviously have nothing to do with race at all.
We're gonna
I don't know if this was intended to have anything to do with race. I think you kind of strawmanned him.
talk about hip-hop. Yo, just because I left the hood don't mean I won't come back. It is true that my favorite rapper is now in federal prison, and another one of my favorite rappers got...
What's the context to this? And just because I went to that's a real talk. That's a member of my team. He's a professional rapper. He said, just because I left the hood doesn't mean I'll come back. That's Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah. One of the founders. One of the original guys on Shot from the Point. That's what he's referencing.
Got out of prison yesterday. All my favorite rappers have been getting involved with these heinous and disgusting crimes. I mean, there's no rappers out here who aren't committing crazy crimes. Does anybody know a rapper that hasn't committed
Is he saying black rappers, Matt?
No, he's just saying rappers.
He's saying rappers. So what does this have to do with race? I think the question is really for you.
Tax fraud? Is it a pedophile? Is it a straight up homophobe?
Well, I'm at least glad that he cares about homophobe.
Anonymous says you are a fat faggot. The only
Got him! Got him! Oh, wait a minute. He didn't say he was a fat faggot. Someone called him a fat faggot.
Yeah, he was quoting it.
So he laughed. Like, what's your point? He laughed at somebody calling him a faggot. Was he supposed to lecture that person? Don't you call me a faggot? You're gonna have
Don't
a
use
rough
that
time.
word, guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's going too far. You draw the line. You're gonna have a rough time on the internet, unless that's what you want. So you can be a pro victim. You're starting off. I don't know if you're starting off good or not. I don't know. Depends how much money you make.
remaining question I have left is whether X gave it to them or X received it from them in prison, if you know what I mean.
Right, so you're telling me that this guy is condemning these rappers for being homophobic, and then he makes gay jokes within the same video? It's kind of hypocritical if you ask me.
So you can't make gay jokes and be acceptable with gays? So in order to make gay jokes, you must hate gays. I've made gay jokes.
I mean, it's less a gay joke and more a prison joke.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
Yeah, that's not really a gay joke. That's a rape joke.
Yeah.
Can you make a rape joke and not hate women? I mean, what are you trying to get across here, lady? What are you trying to get across? So if you make a joke about an ethnicity, or let's say a thing, that means you hate that thing? That this is bigotry? What can't you talk about? I mean, this is an application of cancel culture.
And then here you just have some plain old edgy 13-year-old boy humor.
Debating on a fuck, or do I want to be her? I can't say that word. Hold up, let me get somebody educational.
Hi, I'm Polly the Polar Bear. And today's word of the day is nigga.
Very.
That was real talk. The Metaphor Messiah. Of course, that's a comedy about what Monday Matt, who is a Mr. Progressive nowadays, when he was trying to be edgy. And he used Polly the Polar Bear. So, we had Real Talk say it.
I did not know that. I thought it was just a random clip.
Oh, really? You never seen Polly the Polar Bear? Just buckle up.
I've seen it. I just didn't know the context of it.
This is the original Monday Matt.
Kids, it's me, Polly the Polar Bear, and I'm here to tell you a random word of the day. My word today is nigger. That's right, folks. I'm going to tell you about the word nigger. Now, these people are not ones you want to tuck with. Now, these people, according to UrbanDictionary.com, are lazy, black, ignorant people who don't like to have jobs and usually tries to fuck the system.
Darkstar 287 writes unironically.
Now this is racist.
Yeah,
this is racist.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think it's just they're making fun of those fucking puppet. I don't think it's racist. They're making fun of these message fucking things. You know, I don't know, or kid stuff by having them say something fucking offensive. I don't think it's racist. It's funny. I think it's funny. I think this guy's right. Monday Matt's best work. So you don't even know what you're referencing.
Very mature humor. Wow. But there are certain times where the line of what is humor and what is not goes a bit too far.
I was talking to my mom before the podcast. I said I was coming on Shot from the Point. Yeah. And she said, if you're going to go on a live stream, please don't say the N-word.
This was a joke.
And I said, oh, well, my mom just warned me not to use the N-word on stream.
It's a joke.
But it's kind of a weird thing to say. Still very weird. But you know what? Be honest.
Do you really, really, really think his mother said that to him? And maybe he did. I don't know. I never checked. But here's something I will tell you. That was, you actually happened to have that was his first time on the show when he joined the team and went on to do bigger and better things. The way I remember it, I haven't touched base with Nick yet, is he actually ran that joke by me in the first place. What you're seeing is me selling it. And this is what I mean by she doesn't get show.
Yeah. And she said, if you're going to go on a live stream, please don't say the N-word.
Look, you can already see me smiling.
Yeah.
I know what's coming. We do that. We set up jokes all the time. If something's said in the newsroom, right? It's not literal.
Right.
Is she 18 yet?
I believe she's 21.
Anywhere between 20 and 21 this year. So, yeah. Definitely has her own edges. So you can see me waiting for it. That's what I remember. I remember he said that, and I said, let's use it.
Yeah.
And I sell it. We're telling jokes. Sometimes, if something really cool happens in the newsroom or something bad, we kind of recycle them, and I try to sell them the best I can.
Yeah, it's a bit.
It's a bit. He tells a joke. If I deadpan him, that was it. Not everything's 100% organic. I would say 90% of it is, though. 95 even. You know, Jesus. How can what gives you joy?
this was a joke.
And I said, oh, well, my mom just warned me not to use the N-word on stream.
It's a joke.
But it's kind of a weird thing to say. Still very weird. But
Yeah.
you know what? To be honest, of all
You know those fucking guineas in Long Island, they're always just dropping the N-word, those fucking racist fucking pizza mongers.
people that I'm going to talk about, I think Nicholas Turio is probably the most redeemable person here.
Everybody else is irredeemable.
You're sitting in a call right now with Augie, who literally uses the N-word. Like he'll read the N-word off donations on the live stream.
Happy birthday, Nick Ger.
Oh my god!
No, that doesn't count.
It doesn't count. It totally doesn't count because he even went out his way to pronounce it. It's a trap, obviously. Nick Ger sounds like the word nigger. All right, and he said Nick Ger so he wouldn't get in trouble. From idiots
Tommy,
like
there was
you.
no follow through. No follow through.
From dopes. I promised I wouldn't attack. I promised I wouldn't attack. I don't think a lot of people see the word as a joke, but when you hear somebody using it and not as a joke, it changes your perspective and makes it truly disgusting sounding word. It is a disgusting sounding word, I'll give you that. But I mean, he's saying he reads it off of the chat. He makes an effort not to pronounce it correctly. I mean, is there no context where this word can be uttered? Now, if somebody that's absolutely racist, says, I don't like those no good N-words, ba, 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 ba. Yeah, I think, but the fact that the word, I mean, are you fucking, is this a superstition? I'd actually love to interview you. What's going to happen? Are black people going to lose their job if this word is uttered? Does it create more bigotry? Can you prove that statement? I mean, I would think if something was actually hateful, there would have to be something hateful surrounding it. What's funny is the overreaction. That's what's funny about it. That's what's interesting. I mean, God, man.
Ger. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nick Ger. Nick Ger.
Boblax has a song called Black.
And everybody's trying to pronounce it correctly. Nick Ger.
Black Lives Matter.
If I see you walking down the street and you're white, I'll bring up my gun. It's just the thing.
Oh, I have to hear this whole song. Nick. Everett, don't read the super chat. All right, fine.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, Nickelodeon. Everywhere.
Please will shoot me. I'll be on the news and be praised. My death won't be in vain, cause Black Lives Matter. Sometimes it's a nigga cause it's cool.
Nah, maybe she's right. Bobax is irredeemable.
Yeah.
But if anyone
That's a lot of
else
money, I guess.
they are racist.
Josh Pescator has said some very interesting things about Muslims.
I
I was just saying,
super
why is the
interesting.
threshold for making a video on Nick he won't disavow his chat?
No, you're right. You're right, Nick. You're right. I should make a video on them as well, and what I'm including.
Let's go. You gonna make a video on the chat?
Those are far worse.
Remember to spell my
So
name
let's
right,
add
please. That's
content.
all I ask.
Yeah, just be sure to send me the links.
Okay,
when
but-
we're done with this call. Send me the links.
However, and let's give him the absolute benefit of the doubt,
That's a lot of
even
money,
if
I
Nicholas
guess,
Turio
for a
is
person of
As
color.
someone who has had a disability, I can confidently say she has something wrong with her. Okay, Groot.
not a racist
Don't agree,
person,
but
I don't know. I don't know if she has anything.
I don't want to go there.
he should
Yeah. I mean, I did say, like, I don't want to attack her person. I'm trying to, I did say I think she's not an idiot. What I'm saying is idiotic. So we're going to stick to the challenge. I kind of lost my way over there. But I do think it's idiotic.
still condemn the racist comments in his chat. And by the way, that's not something I said, that's something he said.
To the commenters who often send disgusting super chats, who are, by the way, the reason super chats are fucked on YouTube. So if you're looking for somebody to blame, these are the people you should be looking at. Shit, we need to read the super chats. Sargon eats ass.
Ooh. Who is Nick imitating? Could it be Ethan Ralph?
I think so. I think it might be Ethan.
I think Rose kind of fucked up here and is being exceptionally lazy. I don't think it took someone 6 months, or really disingenuous. I'll explain.
Yeah,
Says,
does she even?
It's disgusting. We need to eliminate the sexuals. You shouldn't be sending in super chats like that, but it ain't my fault for reading it. Condemn it, though. I condemn it. You don't want to be associated with someone who has a community that sends these types of donations and someone who happily reads them out with giggles. They've donated me the N-word one donation at a time. Chat, I gotta give you some credit on this one. That's fantastic. I don't disavow anything.
You know, it's
All right. On the surface, if you didn't give the entire context to the whole situation, which I deliberately think you left out, wouldn't it be fair to say that there is a stark difference between a random N-word tag and a guy going on YouTube right after there's been a shooting in a synagogue in Pittsburgh, laughing and yucking it up and hiding behind, I'm just reading them out. Could we say that's a stark difference?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So what he's talking about is he doesn't really care if the N-word's used. But I think he does care if Jews' bodies aren't cold after a fucking horrible shooting. And Ethan Ralph going on and taking advantage of that by a legitimately racist crowd. If I were to do that or something like that, I'd say a quarter of the people in the chat, at least a quarter, maybe half. I'd probably lose my career. I'd probably have to go to fucking wherever Warski is. Nobody would tolerate that with the fans that I have. Nobody would tolerate. So that's a stark difference. And I think it's your responsibility as the commentator to say what Nick is actually disavowing rather than really deceptively showing him to be a hypocrite. There is a big difference between not caring if people say the N-word and being okay with somebody taking advantage of a mass shooting. And that's what Nick was referencing. I think you watched that video. I think you're well aware of that. And fucking shame on you. Shame on you. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that we bust all the time. All the time. Now, that was lousy. That was just straight fucked up.
easy to just say, hey, I don't stand by this. Maybe don't say the N-word in our chat. But he couldn't even do that. Also, as a transgender woman, this kind of irks me the wrong way.
So what? You imagine if I could say that? As an Irish American, I'm totally offended by Nick's N-word tower. Who the fucking cares?
As a one-legged man, I am definitely offended by...
yeah, like... I mean, I suppose you could sell it if you're black, but I'd even say so what then too. Because no, I don't think that's racist. I think the word by itself is not racist. I think it has to be a racist action or some kind of racist intent. I'll even say this. If the idea is to offend white transgender women, go for it. Overly sensitive, no fun. Yeah, because that is why it's funny. Because like, oh, get a hold of yourself. Yeah, what does transgender have to do with race? Nothing.
To be fair, I think she's trying to tie it to transphobia.
And by the way, yeah, she's trying to tie it to transphobia. Well, the other victim was John Hunt. You are gay. That's correct. Just wanted to let you know. You needed some help with that.
Congratulations.
You're
John.
welcome. It's all gay now. Yep. There you go. There you go.
The NSFW is filled with chicks with dicks. Like, what the fuck? The NSFW chat was almost entirely chicks with fucking schlongs. What the fuck are you guys looking at? These
funny,
guys have a
folks.
deep-seated love for transgenders.
Yes, I don't like people fetishizing trans women, but at the same time, laughing at people for being attracted to trans women and calling us transgenders. As a trans woman, yeah, please don't do that.
What, She's defending the alt-right!
Yeah.
If you watch the video, he goes into all these people that supposedly hate gays. It was an expose on Ethan Ralph's doxing and his behavior and his relationship with the alt-right. You're literally defending the alt-right. You're literally, he's what he's saying is, these guys are a bunch of bigots. They openly hate gays. And look, they're looking at all of these chicks and dicks. And you're defending the alt-right. Oh my God. Like, this didn't take you 6 months. Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? I don't know if that was selectively done or just bone stupid. What is that? I'm asking the question. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm doing my teacher, Mr. Applebaum, used to do when I was a kid. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm saying what you're doing is stupid. You don't tell the principal I called you stupid because I didn't call you stupid. So, I mean, come on, man. Watch the video. Because it's either bone stupid or you're dishonest. You're deliberately putting him in a bad light.
But anyway, Nicholas DeOrio is nowhere near the worst offender of this group, because Nicholas DeOrio wasn't the person who said the N-word. For that honors, we'd have to give it to Turkey Tom. He was the one.
Turkey Tom. Well, I agree with her on this one.
Yeah. You win. Checkmate.
Yeah, the Black Lives Matter song, too. I mean, this is so funny. Like, you know, that's the ramblings of a private message sent between... It's a ramblings of an autistic man and the private ramblings that he sent to his buddy that his buddy leaked. Is that sign? I'd love to talk to you. Is that a sign of deep-seated racism? You don't think Bobax knows what it's like to get internet hate? I bet he's gotten a lot more than you. Tommy, I am a woman, which means I am right about everything that I say. Well, my wife would agree.
Agree.
Who started the N-word chain.
Turkey Tom said $5, sending the N.
And the more I found out about him, the more...
Is this proof of deep-seated bigotry?
disgusted I became. And I decided that I wanted to confront Turkey Tom about this situation. So that's exactly what I did. I found this stream called Augie RFC where Nicholas DeOrio and Turkey Tom and friends went on. And I decided that I wanted to say some things. What follows is Turkey Tom exhibiting some of the most disgusting behavior that I've ever seen.
Rose, we have one of the people you're making a video on, Turkey Tom, who's just joined the call.
Yeah, what's up, you dumb fucking bitch?
Yeah. I see him in the chat. I see him.
Yeah, what's the problem? You don't like
you
me
guys
saying nigga?
literally
Is that
think
it?
you can just say that you shouldn't get away with it because you
Yes,
guys
I can. There's nothing.
Yeah, like, what do you think should happen to us? I'd like to ask you that. Put that down. What do you think should happen because somebody called you a dumb bitch? It's not nice. Don't condone it. But I mean, like, you literally think you could say whatever you want. Well, a lot of Americans do.
You can do. There's nothing you can do. I tweet nigga like every day on Twitter. No, shut up, you stupid bitch. Stop talking. It's our turn.
So you're saying that like my audience is going to be really upset about it, but I don't think it's actually going to do anything.
Who cares if a white kid says nigga? Who cares? Why does it matter?
It matters. Yeah,
why? Why does it matter? It's not. No, it's not racist. I'm not calling a black person. We're not saying that you should say it, but we're saying that we do.
Turkey Tom's definitely like a bit insensitive and.
I don't think Tom gave you a fair shake. I would love to talk to you. And I would love you to come up with an answer. And you're going to have to do a little better because it's racist. Really, you're going to have to do a little better than that. Because it's racist. Well, that's subjective, if it's racist or not. And so what if it is? So what if it isn't? I'd love to hear you answer that. And what should be done if it is? That's something to think about.
Maybe a bit of an asshole for saying the N-word with an A on Twitter, but it doesn't mean he's like racist. It just means he's edgy, right?
Sorry, I was just playing a song there.
Oh my god.
All right, hold on.
Who wouldn't goofing on you? Who wouldn't goof on you? You walked into the boys' locker room and expected to get treated like a lady. And you're using this. You're
That's
using
a lot of
this
money,
as like,
I guess,
oh, for me.
for
I
a
watched
person
it.
of
Like,
color.
look what they did. She probably has been a YouTuber DMs for a month asking them to make a video that they ignored. And she asked herself to do it. Yeah, probably. And got around to it. I don't know.
Let me unmute Tom's.
No. I'm not taking this like dumb fucking gay liberal like argument in here. I don't care. No. Listen to me. It's my turn to fucking talk, dumb bitch. I live in like an all white area. Okay.
Wow, I'm canceled. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm pretty mean. I don't think anyone in my audience cares though.
Yeah, he is an asshole.
I am an
You're
asshole.
just making it worse for yourself.
The way he treated me on
You really? That's revealing. You're just making it worse for yourself because you think like you're literally. I got him. You're making it worse. I'm going to get you. I think you're bigger than, not as big as you're bigger than you are.
the show was not okay. Turkey Tom never apologized to me for anything that he said. And
I doubt he ever will.
I don't think he plans to. In fact, just recently, he posted a clip of the situation on his second channel.
Yeah, what's up, you dumb fucking bitch?
Yeah.
Convenient.
Probably what got this going. Again, right there.
Leaving out the part where he says the N-word, of course. And to this day, he still thinks it was funny. Now, don't get me wrong. It is well known within the YouTube sphere that Turkey Tom is a toxic and racist individual.
YouTuber Turkey Tom threw a bunch of anti-Semitic imagery in his latest video, and it resulted in a comment section full of anti-Semitism. Wow.
Oh, look at that! It's Nicholas Fuentes. You know, the Nazi.
However, when people try...
That's not true, and was debunked. Mr. D'Angelo, who is a liar, a video manipulator, took only a handful of tweets out of context. Not out of context, but he cherry picked them. There's only 7 like quasi anti-Semitic tweets in there.
Afternoon, he was able to locate 6 comments that were very spread out, which he then stitched together. Let's not ignore the fact that this could come off a bit misleading if your everyday Twitter intellectual misinterpret it and assume these came in rapid succession, especially since his claim was, and still is mind you, that Tom's comment section was full of it. 6 comments out of 600 would be 1%, definitely not the majority, and Tom's video is definitely not something that I would consider to be full of anti-Semitism. On top of that, D'Angelo has also publicly gone on record stating that he isn't responsible for anything as a content creator, which basically speaks for itself.
Responsibility.
Well, that's interesting, Rose. So you used Mr. D'Angelo's debunked lie. It's a lie. It's an absolute lie, Rose. He cherry-picked it to make Tom look worse than it was. Now, I wasn't too fucking thrilled about that particular video either, but it really doesn't matter. This is a lie. It's a stone fucking lie. D'Angelo is a liar. He'll do and say anything. And this is, I mean, he's fundamentally admitted that he was looking to do a similar video to Turkey Tom and was fucking peeved that Tom done it first. Tom did this awful video about people not really liking Raid Shadow Legends when they're advertising it. And I guess he wanted to do that. So around Thanksgiving, it's 2019, by the way, he decided to make him out to be a bigot. And he lied and manipulated and misled to do it. And you repeated that lie.
Oh, look at that!
It's full? Jesus Christ. Time to do some research there, sister.
Minor. And now he's over 18, and his close friends will even tell you that he hasn't changed one bit.
Yes, like... Oh, we got to rewind this. He used to hide behind, I guess he used to hide behind, I guess he used to hide behind the fact that he was a kid. I don't, did we do that? Yeah, we probably used that a little. I'm sure somebody used that. I don't remember doing it though.
See.
However, when people try to criticize him in the past, he was a minor, and now he's over 18, and his close friends will even tell you that he hasn't changed one bit.
He has like a really good friend of Tom. I do think that to an extent, it's like, at what point do you say like, maybe you shouldn't shove in like
Slacker TV
references to the USS Liberty? Maybe he shouldn't like say shalom and like make a bunch of Jewish references in a video where he's talking about YouTubers being money hungry. Maybe that's not the best idea.
Overall,
where did Slacker TV say that he hadn't changed a bit? And how, let's look back at this a little bit. How does he have time to change? November 27th, 2019. How does he have time to change when you fucking take a video that was days after the incident?
Yeah.
He hasn't changed. You're pretending this is a recent after hours. This was days after the incident. And I don't disagree with a word that Slacker TV said there. Not one. You can't sit there and have it both ways. You can't make these fucking references and say, hey, no, I'm not anti-Semitic. That is a little weird. It's not an N-word tower. It's a little more direct. I'm going to say shalom. I'm going to talk about the USS Liberty, and then I'm going to talk about greedy YouTubers. Okay, that's a legitimate criticism. But to sit there and use that as like, oh, look, you hadn't changed a bit. It just happened. When is Thanksgiving? Because that's when it all went down, right?
Yeah, it was like November 2019. So we're going on 2 years.
What day was Thanksgiving on in the 2019?
What's up?
That. Thanksgiving. What day was it on? Thanksgiving.
Probably
2019. It was the day before.
Thursday,
okay, it was
November
the day before.
28th.
So this literally just happened. And you deceptively edited it to make it seem like he hadn't changed. Well, no, he hadn't changed. The video just came out. The D'Angelo Wallace video just had come out. That's kind of crappy.
Overall, just isn't a good person, and yet this commentary community defends him, and they don't care. Let me just
I think he's a good person, and that's why I do defend him. And I think he did dumb shit. And I think he takes a lot more shit than you fucking know. To be honest with you. Just don't care. Well, yeah, we support his fucking bigotry. I don't know. I'd rather support it any day of the week, Turkey Tom, than somebody who deceptively edits, doesn't do their research, and is probably just trying to get attention. I'm not saying that just to say, like, the only reason you're saying is to get attention. I'm giving you reasons why you're not getting attention, because it's so bad. It's just, to me, my opinion, it feels like an application of the cancel culture. To be a leader.
Ask you one thing. If Turkey Tom isn't racist to you, how racist would you have to be for someone
a hanging
to be considered racist in your eyes?
What would your friends have to do in order for you to disavow them?
Spit on a black person?
Murder someone?
But then I found out more about Augie RFC, the guy whose show that I appeared on. And well, there's some things...
You didn't appear, you called in.
...that he doesn't want you to see.
The YouTuber Turkey Tom threw a bunch of anti-Semitic imagery in his latest video, and it resulted in a comment section full of anti-Semitism. By the way, I want to go on record to say...
Now debunked the lie.
These comments are fucking... they're hilarious. We gotta see some of these horribly anti-Semitic comments. These gotta be super scary.
Yeah.
Damn, Tom has become super red-pilled and epic. The eternal Jew strikes again. Ooh. They say Ethan Klein and his Israeli wife make a lot of money and compromises on their ideals for money and lie about him. I wonder what those two have in common, I guess. The obvious implication being they're Jewish. I wonder why H3H3 started spewing the same MSN talking points. Jews control the media joke right there. Tom is being more blatantly anti-Semitic than usual, and I'm loving it. And the last one included here. Looks like Tom has finally taken the red pill on our merchant friends. Dude, if these people think these jokes are bad, if they listen to the shit that I say behind the scenes, dude, they would have a heart attack, dude. They just can't handle it, dude. Holy shit. Fuentes and the USS Liberty on one video. Fuck Israel.
We found one bad comment so far.
No. Saying fuck Israel is not anti-Semitic. Fuck Israel. No, dead ass. Fuck Israel. I'm not joking. This is not a joke. What if he just really loves Jewish people? He loves them so much. He wants them to be represented all throughout.
Wait a minute. Is this the one where she says that this is an anti-Semitic rant?
Yeah, I think that's what she's trying to say.
Yeah, he's reading the comments off. That's really dishonest.
And well, there's some things that he doesn't want you to see.
The YouTuber Turkey.
Who doesn't want you to see? Is this been taken down?
Let me just ask you one thing. If Turkey
Augie's in the chat, he
isn't
can let us
racist
know.
To you, how racist?
What's that?
I said Augie's in the chat. He can let us know.
Yeah, that's
it's
all
been
right.
taken down.
I'll take him down and put him on there afterwards.
You'll make like an edge.
That's how I saw it. But...
Is that supposed to be funny? Yeah. Jews bad law. Sorry, did I cross the line? Good.
I've seen also the rise of Groiper Twitter.
Groiper?
Bobox, you know what a Groiper is? Dude, they're the homies. That's gonna give me that.
They're the homies. I laugh right after it.
Gets you canceled right there. That gets you canceled right there. It's just Nick Fuentes fans. That's it. They have the icon with the frog, the Pepe.
Now, if you don't know who the Groipers are, they're the fan base of Nicholas Fuentes, a prominent alt-right figure. Nicholas Fuentes is one of the most hateful people on the internet and has been repeatedly deplatformed because of his hateful and bigoted views. Even mainstream conservatives denounce him because of how extreme and crazy he is. And Augie RFC says that his fan base of alt-righters are the homies.
Are you kidding me? He laughs right after it.
That's a joke.
I think you're just dishonest. You just take that literally? Yeah, they're the homies. Like, yeah, he's joking about his fucking reputation of being an alt-righter or a Nazi himself. He's playing into it. God, you're fun.
Bobox, you know what a Groiper is? Dude, they're the homies.
And proceeds to go on this long anti-Jewish rant.
Wait, are you
This is
actually
the Eddie
Jewish?
Jewish rant.
We got the pass. You identify as Jewish. The rabbi only ate half of it off.
What the fuck?
He left the other half on there. Yeah, I identify as Jewish. I got half of it right here. Cool.
Don't lie. You talk about the Jewish question in private. I know it.
All right, listen. Only on listen. It was just 3 times last week. But the point is,
I was on YouTube and then
This is a rant. This sounds like an edited conversation to me. A rant is you go on and on about the Jews and how rotten they are.
watching like these compilations of like green text that led me to go onto the 4chan, which led me to poll, and then I was
Wait,
like,
are you saying that you got radicalized?
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't think edgy jokes are something that should be removed, even if they are the kind of ones that Tom made, which I think most of us would agree, probably some of the lowest forms of comedy. I don't think most of those are like your big brain.
Where's the rant? It's Slacker TV and Nick talking.
Thinkers?
What do you mean, dude? Those were knee slappers, all right?
I asked the guy what.
Do you literally think the knee slapper? Who says that fucking nowadays? Those are knee and means it unironically. Nobody.
Yeah, like old men, like 80-year-old men.
I don't even think they do.
Their ethnicity was in a live stream, and the guy responded back with, "I identify as."
Biggie's got it right. She can't make a non-deceptive point.
It's white. He goes, but I'm part Jewish, and he responds, "Well, what are you first, Jewish or white?" Like,
I mean, on a lot.
Talking about Nick is quoting no bullshit. Who I actually do think's a bigot. Actually, I think he's autistic. To be honest with you, he's stupid. He said something like, "Are you Jewish first or white first?" That like he actually said that. It was a long going gag. Like Nick couldn't believe that somebody said that. I mean, it's so deceptive.
Live stream, you know, you get optics check. I don't know about that one.
Where's the rant? Where's the rant? Where's the hateful rant?
You're all Nazis.
You set this up as a rant.
Yeah, you know what? I think Slacker's a Nazi. I'm gonna flag the stream for anti-Semitic content.
Well, I'm out.
Augie hates Jews.
There it is. There's the
It
rant.
doesn't take a stretch of the imagination to realize that Augie RC doesn't like Jewish people.
I couldn't get that at all. It's just a bunch of other people talking about a bunch of random things. Where's the rant?
And the fact that they're just casually joking about being Nazis says a lot about their character. And
so you can't casually joke about being a Nazi without being a Nazi? We're having something wrong with your character? Are you kidding me? You're the Nazi. It's you. You're running around telling people what they can and can't do. It's you. You're a Nazi. You're a new Nazi. I can't be a Nazi. I'm trans. No. Here's the hyperbole. You're a Nazi because you're running around telling other people how to live, what to do, how to speak. You know, Jesus Christ. You want compelled speech? We had that in Germany. I can't say this word for word, but when you greeted another German, you had to say, "Hail Victory, leader," every time. I can't say that over here because it's against the law in German, but I think you all get what I mean.
Yeah.
And what do the new Nazis want? Made-up pronouns to be respected. I don't know. I don't see anybody in the right telling you what you have to do. And the people on the far right are just saying a bunch of rotten shit. I don't know much about their plans. God.
believe me, Augie RFC, Nicholas Diorio, Turkey Tom are not the only ones in this community that have these problems. There are many more, but honestly, if I were to talk about this, I would go on for hours, which is why I've summoned the help of my friend to help me with the rest of this video. Would you like to introduce yourself? Turkey Tom has also expressed in some of his videos that he does not like.
I kind of feel bad. I feel
yeah,
bad.
I feel a little bad. I guess somebody was supposed to help her out and they didn't and she forgot to edit it.
Either that or maybe this is some like joke she was trying to make, but I don't know.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking funny. And I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I've left stuff. I think Akeem's done that half a dozen times on Drama Alert. I've done it before. I've done it before. That's too funny.
It's just so lonely to watch. Like
it is really funny. Here we go.
Help me with the rest of this video. Would you like to introduce yourself? Turkey Tom.
That's fucking funny.
Help me with the rest of this video. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Tommy C. I'm coming in and doing some collab with Rose Mulet. Make sure you hit the like button. Sub me on Tommy C's SFTP. Racism, bad. Back to you, Rose.
Someone should edit that in, like do a Twitter video and
That's
edit
a lot
that
of
in.
money, I
Yeah,
guess.
I think
for
we're
a
gonna
person
see.
of color.
I think we got a meme in the making. Captain Poofer's funded $2. Thanks, sir.
Turkey Tom has also expressed in some of his videos that he does not like to be political, despite the fact that he commonly mentions his political viewpoints in many of his videos.
Politics aren't really something
She is 150% right about this. And I'm not kidding.
that I discuss on this channel, save for one video a while ago that was basically just me saying that they're dumb. However, that is all I'll say about this topic. I don't think my opinion should be
That's a
revered
lot of
as
money, I
anything
guess.
but my own. The main issue with this video is the attempts to force his own political opinions down the throats of those who may disagree. The issue isn't at all that he talked about politics. That's all fine and dandy. The issue is his blatant dishonesty to his viewers. For those of you who keep asking me in the comments section what my political opinion is, you'll probably be disappointed by today's video, because I'm not going to say anything about it. And sure, I love a good gay frog here and there. And on the other hand, we have people like Lacey Green and the Young Turks, the first of which has somewhat reformed from her SJW ways, and the latter has only become more and more infuriating and sometimes flat out stupid. I'm not going to side with Republicans or Democrats or anyone for that matter. Meanwhile, we have Antifa, silencing people they disagree with by sacking shops and stifling criticism. These revolutionary communists who seemingly oppose fascism, but then choose to partake in it themselves. Truly a group of sad, repulsive individuals. But hey, at least we have 4chan to help us out with them. But I'm also not going to just attack one side in specific or the other. You still have spastics declaring that there aren't enough women in leading roles. When will you pricks stop bitching and moaning about diversity and
Nah, it's got nothing to do with his age. She's right about this.
just shut up! It's like some people just want to play the victim. They can't help but want to be oppressed or something. You want attention and always act like you're being slighted, similar to a child. And in 50 years, your group will only be remembered as whiny crybabies
But it would be interesting to see what the timeline is.
who cannot take criticism. Grow the hell up. Just stop asking me my political opinion in the comment section. I appreciate that you value my thoughts on these things, but I'm just not going to say it. When I first discovered what an SJW was, I was very politically motivated. I had been galvanized to fight the stupid internet feminists pushing for diversity, quotas, and false sense
These old videos did suck. You're right.
of equality. I started watching various people like Sargon of Akkad, No Bullshit, Armored Skeptic, Mr. Medicare, Based Mama, and Mundane Matt, and a whole slew of other political commentators dedicated to stopping these ridiculous social justice warriors like the woman from the humongous situation, and creatures like the infamous Shrigglypuff.
It doesn't take a stretch of the imagination to realize that Turkey Tom is a conservative, and honestly, there's nothing wrong with being a conservative.
I don't believe you mean that, but this is a really good response. It's a good point. Like, and I'll show you why I don't think you mean that later. You kind of fucking undid yourself a little later in this video. But this is a perfectly good point. Turkey Tom has gone on. I'm not talking about drama. I'm not going to do politics. Here's politics. Here's drama. I think it has more to do with the fact that he can't make up his fucking mind. And I think his stuff is a lot more refined now than if you take a 16, 15-year-old Turkey Tom. I mean, some of those videos are from 2017, 2018. Now, yeah, I think that's a valid criticism. You know, I'm not going to talk about politics, but here's politics. And, you know, I think what happens is, and YouTubers out there, don't ever say you're not going to do anything ever again. I think that solves the problem. Because what happens is something pops up and they're like, well, that's interesting. And then somebody, well, you said you would never talk about that again. Yeah, but I'm really interested in this time. So, yeah, that basically comes down to it. Rose reminds me of the practice girls that you bang in high school that took a couple of special ed classes. And here's something I want to point out. It's more of a question. I'd like to know, because I've seen you, although I can't find it. And I gotta be honest with you, this would be damning if true. I've seen you, let's see. Can I actually, hold on a second. I want to make, now the guy didn't write me back yet. It was a magazine article. I've seen you at one point. You had at Rose Mulet at Twitter. And I'm not doxing you because you made this a public statement. What was that magazine? Let's see.
Vox.
Yeah, here. Okay, so I'm going to make sure this is not a dox. This is more of a question. You're quoted in this article. You gave you told what school you were going to. Okay. I'm not going to even say the school. It's not necessary. In this particular article, you go check it out yourself. All right. To Terry Nguyen. That's a Vietnamese name. I should know that because I had a friend named Tommy Nguyen. But you gave your name to him. All right. And the at that you used at the time was at Rose Mulet. And I'd like to know if this is you. Consent is stupid. And that's on Mars. Thanks so much, Steve McKinney. Oh wow, can you afford that? There, you filthy Scott. Thank you so much. Oh, am I allowed to say Scott? White people? Is that okay? Is that okay? I can goof on white people. Actually, he's half black. Oh, I'm racist. You're right. Is he half black or he's? I forget what his deal is. I know he's like half Irish, Scottish, Catholic, whatever, Jewish or something. I forget. Consent is stupid. Rape is natural and necessary for a happy and healthy society. Why is the modern world so miserable? Because rapists are treated as criminals instead of cherished for their masculinity? Fuck feminism. I wish men weren't so afraid of raping me. Hashtag make rape legal. I'm going to assume that's a joke. And if that's you, you're no better than us. I don't think you're being literal here. Go figure.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. By the way, this account was sacked, shockingly. But we'd like to know if this was you. All right? Here's another one. I don't understand why it's illegal for a dog to lick my pussy when a gay man lick each other's asses all the time and it's perfectly legal. That'll get you kicked off Twitter. Now, I have checked your channel. I haven't seen hours, but I am interested to know if that's you because this German guy is accusing you of writing each other back and forth. Rose Mulet, at Rose Mulet 3, at Rose Mulet 4, and maybe somebody's just trolling you. It could be. I'm interested because you're pretty edgy. We could use your content.
Yeah, join the news team, Rose. You can go far.
Rose Mulet's mom. That looks like it was taken right out of Google. Just wrote mom and they took that picture. Thank you, Rumi Official, for reviewing my daughter's Rose Mulet's music. Sure, she's said some things that are bad in the past on rape and transmedicalism. Despite the objectivity expended, Def Noodles is pro-Palestinian. Just interesting fact. All his tweets of last week are pro-Arabic. Who knows what that guy will do anything. And transmedicalism? What's transmedicalism?
Is broadly defined as the belief that being transgender is contingent upon experiencing gender dysphoria or undergoing medical treatment and transitioning.
I don't know. But she deserves a seventh chance or so. Somebody's trolling her, I guess. Thank you for supporting your platform to support her, Rose's mom. Someone please rape me so you can feel bad for me. Is this you? I'd like to know if this is you. Not accusing you, but I'd like to know.
If so, very based.
Very based. Red-pilled. Maybe she is an Augie RFC fan. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe she likes the word of the day. But going back, you just said it's okay if you're being conservative. I don't particularly believe that. Let's go back again.
Trigglypuff.
It doesn't take a stretch of the imagination to realize that Turkey Tom is a conservative. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with being a conservative. But don't pretend to be unbiased if you're not. And also,
Wait a minute. Since when is Turkey Tom pretended he was unbiased? I don't think he's outwardly said that he's a conservative, but when is he saying, this is anything other than his opinion? Do you know what unbiased means? It means it's just the facts only. That's not what Turkey Tom's does.
Nah, yeah.
It's an editorial of his opinions. I guess what she might be saying, don't pretend to be, maybe she misspoke, don't pretend to be apolitical. And I think that would be a better criticism. I don't think he pretends to be apolitical, but he does kind of go back on his word about doing politics. That part is true. But what if you were to cover, you could cover the Crowder fucking situation. There's no way not to talk about politics. Who's the gay guy that he got into it with?
Freak, I forgot his name.
I forgot that guy's name. The Hispanic guy. Yeah, it would almost impossible not to. What if you got interested in that? Would that be going back on your word? Yeah, I know.
Carlos Maza.
Carlos Maza. You know what? I'm thinking you're just being more and more deceptive.
Tom claims that if you want to hear some political opinions, go check out the Right Opinions YouTube channel.
If you're looking for me to tear into one side, then you've come to the wrong place. My channel isn't focused on politics, nor will it ever be. Probably because unless my good friend The Right Opinion is talking about them, I couldn't give less of a shit.
And as I've mentioned before, The Right Opinion started off as a controversial political channel. I do find
it wasn't controversial at all.
this a bit funny, coming from a guy who
I guess from your perspective it'd be controversial.
His entire following for making videos like cultural appropriation is good, cringe.org, gay pride, YouTube's bad idea, subscribe to black creators, black people are the new white people, cringe.org, women's rights, white privilege, lies.
He made cringe.org women's rights. I don't remember making that. I mean, he was definitely more right-leaning a couple years ago.
Blame and denial, the fatal flaw in Black Lives Matter. However, The Right Opinion has deleted these videos from the face of the earth, as I think even he realizes how bad they look. The Right Opinion is very quiet about.
They look bad, a progressive viewpoint. Cultural appropriation is good. We have rock and roll and hip hop and all this. Everything's been culturally appropriated from other types of music and style. Mixing in cultures and stuff like that is a great fucking thing. It's called a melting pot for a reason. I don't see that as a controversial take. I think it would be a controversial take in the Nazi circles you hang out in. Where
I'm finding some more base screenshots, by the way, Tom.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's hold off on them. I think licking.
Gotcha.
Why are gay men allowed to lick each other's ass?
Yeah, okay, we'll stop there.
Am I all dodging me? Bros, I'll give you your own show if that's really you. Are you kidding me? Because I know that's what you want. I know that's exactly what you want. I mean, I've seen you TikTok.
This, but he does associate with a lot of these people. In fact, Turkey Tom and The Right Opinion even collaborated, and this was the only one of Tro's early videos that I was able to save.
Look, Turkey Tom, I know you think you're a smart lad and all, but frankly, I think you should leave it to the professionals on this one. When talking about the very eclectic worldview of gay rights, we often refer to the Middle East as an exemplar of the problems of religious fundamentalism, in particular Islam. Islam instigates homophobia. Now this, as a concept, is inherently true. The first thing that we see is the very apparent discrepancy between Islam and Christianity. There is a clear difference. Now the instinctive reply would be, well, they're European, it's the culture. And once again, it's a point, but it doesn't tell the whole story. For example, how do you explain the difference in policy between somewhere like Tajikistan and next door Afghanistan? To call back to the gay question, every single country that has the death penalty for homosexual acts has Sharia jurisdiction in that persuasion. Why is that so? In countries where Islam is the state and Sharia is the law, you can't question the laws or else you're questioning the state and the religion. But you cannot challenge laws in these countries without appearing to have deserted its Sharia concepts and thus the religion. So whereas some countries have been able to progress their views and come to different conclusions, with certain countries that process is a lot slower.
Go subscribe to The Right Opinion.
What's wrong with that? I don't get it. What's wrong with that? I would say that's an inherently conservative position.
If you haven't already. He makes some of the best damn videos on this website, and if you enjoy his stuff, drop him a sub. He'd really appreciate it.
You literally put my name. Is that real, Rose? We're like, we'll call in, Rose. No one's keeping you out.
Rose, come on in.
I'm not gonna lie, I do think it's a bit hypocritical that this guy who built his entire YouTube career off of being politically incorrect, expecting all of us to have a squeaky clean image, when you certainly don't.
I don't think he built his career off of being politically incorrect. I think he put his opinions out there. I think they probably morphed. And yes, I think there's a little bit of pussy in there. The crew he runs with now would be more. He's big enough now to get canceled for some of those old videos. Some of them were right leaning, but I mean I know the guy, and I like. What else did she say?
Have one yourself, which is exactly why I deleted all of these videos. Luckily, I was able to find an archive of them. You are displaying this holier than thou mentality.
Holier than thou? That couldn't be a worse description of The Right Opinion. James is one of the most humble people that I've ever dealt with. I've even had a big falling out with the guy. And he always maintained his humility and decency, even when he got fucked with. By Nick and I. Yeah, I think he kind of turned. In fact, I tell you something. If I had to criticize him, he doesn't stand up enough to fucking people that wouldn't push him around. I mean, this is based on nothing. Holier than thou. What? Ugh.
The fact that you have a very questionable past that you seem to be hiding.
Okay. Didn't you just say before? Let's say he has a questionable past based on the videos that he made, that really the headlines. I thought you just told Turkey Tom that it's okay to be conservative. Let's pretend that Tro's conservative, and he's not. Let's pretend. Well, what's the problem? He changed. He became more progressive. What's wrong with that? I thought you idiots call it growth. He changed his mind. He's entitled to that. He hasn't blown me off. Every time I try to get in touch with the guy, he's not even on Twitter anymore, actually, and he's very easy to talk to. Talk to my kid, and he's always been decent. I take exception to that. He's made mistakes. His opinions may have shifted. I don't know. I don't care if he's become more progressive. He's always been decent to me. How dare you? How dare you say that? But I got an idea why you did. I have an idea. I don't know. Maybe you were really wronged and treated like absolute garbage by the right opinion. I don't know. What the right opinion doesn't want you to know. One of your bigger videos.
This is probably not.
Why he fired me. I don't know. Maybe you're disingenuous. Man, all the guys that work for him, they got to be pinpoint on. And let me tell you something. He's one of the most analytical, overly, and I have trouble watching his videos more because he doesn't want to make a mistake. He's fucking anal as fuck.
All right, Rose says she's pulling up to her house and then she's going to join the voice chat.
Super. Great. We'll plan it. You want to do this tomorrow or do you want to do this today? Put one in the chat if you want to do it right now.
Let's do it right now. Sure.
Fuck it.
Let her defend herself. I think we were fair. I think we were very fair to her, by the way.
Yeah, it's too bad she didn't get to watch it, though. So, yeah. Let's be fair.
I think she would be proud of us.
I think she smells fucking clout.
All right, she's in.
You in? Okay, bring her.
All right, here we go.
Rose, is that you?
Rose, you are on.
Yeah, Rose, were you at Rose Mulet at Twitter at one point?
Wait, what?
Were you on Twitter at Rose Mulet, one word, at one point?
I don't have a Twitter.
You never had a Twitter account?
Oh my god! Like, listen, I'm not having the best day right now. Like,
well, then don't come on. I mean, come on, come on. You're not having the best day right now. What? It's
like I went on my subscriptions and I saw this video and there's like 600 people watching. My name and faces in the thumbnail.
So what?
So you haven't watched the stream? You haven't watched it?
Yeah.
I haven't watched anything. No,
do you want to come back? Do you want to come back? Do you want to come back tomorrow and then watch the stream and take it all in?
I have no idea what's going on. Can you explain?
Then why would you call in?
All I know is
all right. Here's the deal.
You're being a hypocrite.
How?
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person.
You made a tweet saying that you weren't going to dogpile on me as a small
I'm not
creator,
dogpiling on you. I'm not. You didn't watch. Well, you just told me you didn't watch the thing. I'm not dogpiling on you.
But it's like
here. I'm going to say no. Here it is. You're looking for. You're looking for. I'm going to replay the beginning of the show. You're looking for a fight, sweetheart. Here we go. This is what I did not dogpile on you at all. And you're assuming, you're actually making an assumption. And that's something we found in your videos. You ain't doing your research very well.
I would love to be right, but based on the thumbnail, I would assume.
Based on the thumbnail, it's a picture of you. I even sat with Matt. I don't want to make her look deliberately unattractive. We had ones with one eye was going the other way and one eye go. We took a straight picture. So this is the beginning of the thread. So if you go watch this is the very beginning of the show. And I'm going to show it to you right now.
Meticulously crafting this video because I know the content creators I'm talking about in this video will take every opportunity that they have to attack me as a creator and as a person. And I don't want to give them that power.
Don't want to give them that power. Do you plan somehow to take it away? Do you mean that your video is so meticulously crafted that it is above criticism? Tell you what, Rose, I'm going to make you a deal here. I'm not going to attack you personally. I'm just going to take apart what you say. But
Okay,
something
that's fair.
tells
That's
me
completely fair.
you don't know the difference. But you already assumed, and that's the biggest problem we had in your video. We even got you defending alt-right people at some point because you did your research
Are
so
people literally attacking
poorly.
me for my appearance? Are they really?
We
doing
didn't
that?
do
Like,
anything on your appearance. No one did anything in your appearance. That's the one thing. That was the one promise I made. It was just your words.
Look, listen, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay, I really do. It's just people tend to not do that for me. So I don't.
First of all, you're not starting. You know what? For somebody that accuses everybody of racism, you don't treat people like an individual in what they say. You just assume. That's what bigots do.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Okay.
All right. Well, look, I think that picture that I put up you is utterly fair. I didn't alter it. I even gave you more color.
I didn't mention the picture. What I meant. The fact, I'm not talking about the picture. I'm talking about the fact that you used a photo of me and you put my name in the title.
I didn't use a photo of you. I took your video in fair use and put your name in the video, and that's exactly what you make video.
You're allowed to talk about me, but
yes,
you said in a tweet
I'm allowed to do whatever I want. You made a public. You made a public statement. You made a public statement about the commentary community. You use other people's icons. You put them in the video. You use their face. I did the same thing to you. You're just being responsive.
They have 100 times more subs than me.
Oh, so I can't respond to you? So I can't respond to you?
Okay. Listen, you can definitely respond and take down my arguments. I wasn't going to make this video. I really wasn't. The only reason I posted it is because someone was like, oh, why haven't you posted? And I was just like, you know what? I've been sitting on this video for months. I'm just going to put it out.
I don't
Honestly, maybe that was a mistake. And I worked so hard
it sounds like you just want to take criticism.
I shouldn't post
Rose. All right, who got off on the road front? Let's both.
Hey, Tommy, can I ask a question? Did you tweet that you weren't going to go after Rose?
No, I just said here's what I tweeted. I'll show you what I tweeted.
Okay.
I was trying to look for the tweet. I said punching down today. That's not what I said. No. And I wrote kinda not attacking Rose Mulet. That's the title. That's the whole concept.
I talked about the one from yesterday when I released my video. You said you watched the 20-minute video, but you're not.
No, I didn't watch it. I don't know what one from yesterday because I only watched it 3 hours ago.
Rose, you're talking about Tipster. This is Tommy C. You're thinking of Tipster.
I'm so sorry. I got you guys confused. I thought you were the same person.
Yeah, that's what. That's kind of a theme we found in the video.
Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of a thing. That was the bulk of the criticism.
I know who you are now. I'm sorry.
All right. Look, I don't care. I don't have a fucking ego like that. But most of the criticism.
Listen, I'm glad that you're not attacking me as a person. The fact that you're attacking my points in the video, I'll watch it later. Mm-hmm. I think that that's respectable.
Okay.
I completely understand. I've just been getting so many negative comments, and it's making me think.
You want to be a YouTuber?
It worth it?
You want to be a YouTuber?
I stand by what I said.
Do you want to be a
YouTuber?
I may not be
perfect in what I said. I just felt like I saw something toxic.
Rose, do you want to be a YouTuber?
Call it out.
You want to be a YouTuber? Yes or no?
I mean, I would like to. I'm doing
sure. It's nothing wrong with that.
I'd like to grow as a
I'm gonna
YouTuber,
suck it up. You want I don't even have that much. I got 40,000 subs, whatever. Would you like that one day? There's nothing wrong with saying yes, by the way.
I'd like more. Yeah, I think.
Okay, all right. Suck it up and stop making yourself to be a victim. I guarantee I've gotten more hate than you. I guarantee the people that you criticize in your videos have got 10 times more hate than you.
Do all of your videos get more dislikes?
Doubt how it's going as far as how it's going.
We're effing, Tom.
What? We're what?
I think we're effing.
Effing?
Okay, wait. No. Yeah, I think we're good now.
Okay. The rating system is designed to see what the public likes. If you want to make statements that the public doesn't like, which clearly they don't, all right, and stand by them, well, that's a person of principle. But you see, you can't sit there and you can't sit there and complain about it. You are making controversial statements, and they're so controversial that you're getting more dislikes than likes. And some of that probably has to do with your size, but you have to earn your way up like everybody else. I got when you want to see my top videos that all hit 100K, because I'm not a huge YouTuber by any stretch, Rose. All of them. Let's see. Let's look at my big stuff right here. Okay. The only one that I got I never had 1 million views yet. All right. That has a really good rating is the top one on Onision. It's easy to get an Onision. My second biggest video, 57%. Third best video. Right.
You're a consistent YouTuber.
Yes.
You get a lot of consistency.
Well, I stand by all those things I said, but I don't sit there and fucking cry. One of those videos, it was said that I was using my kid for views.
Listen, okay, I understand. Listen, I get it, okay? But, I feel like the amount of hate I get is kind of disproportional to, other people.
Well, that's an irrelevant conversation. It's absolutely irrelevant.
Listen, you don't see me crying. I think I'm pretty like calm right now. Like I literally just came from the dentist.
Well, I don't think you getting harassment is an excuse. And I think a lot of people like YouTubers like yourself try to use that and actually enjoy the harassment because it's a way to make yourself a victim. You think there's value in being a victim?
Maybe in the past I did, but I feel like I've grown as a person. Like ever since I had a song go viral on TikTok, it's like I don't need the attention anymore. It's just kind of been more annoying than anything.
All right. Well, I would recommend if you don't like, political commentary is the perfect way to get tons and tons of shit. Calling people racist and bigots and really not without a lot of evidence other than a bunch of side comments. You call somebody a bigot, a hateful person, compare them to Nazis and Klansmen and stuff like that.
Okay, listen,
that's a pretty serious allegation. Can we agree on that?
Okay, listen. Some guy went on a call with me. I've never talked to this person before. He calls me a fucking bitch and then says the N-word. I think that's pretty reprehensible behavior. And I thought, hey, maybe don't do that. That's the only thing I said. That's a lot of money, I guess.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Say, I'm sorry,
fundamentally,
and I'll change for the better. Then that's okay. I'm not asking.
Yeah, but my point is, okay, fair enough.
Grow and change.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But you also don't want to take shit for it. You know what I mean? It goes both ways.
I understand that there will be some criticism. Like, I know people aren't going to like me for some of the stuff I say. I completely understand. I just feel like every video I put out, I put out an inoffensive video about music and it has more like dislikes.
Well, you also built up a reputation after a while. I mean, it took me a long time to recover when I left Baited.
Yeah, and look, it would be so much easier for me to write just to be like, oh yeah, this stuff is fine, it's okay. But like, I could probably be friends in the community, but I would rather just say, hey, I don't stand for this stuff. I think something should be done. Like, originally, it wasn't. I literally was just in a live stream with these people, and I was like, hey, maybe don't condone people using the N-word in your chat.
In fairness, that's another theme in your video. You don't call for anybody to be the platform. In fairness, but it does sound like your mommy.
I don't want anyone to be the platforms. That's not my thing.
You sound like your mommy and people, though. No, I tend to believe you. I think you're a little more sincere than I gave you credit for. All right. But I mean, you can't look. Most people listen to me and want to come home for a laugh. All right, they don't want to be. Maybe you shouldn't say that. Why don't you lecture your chat? Blah blah blah. It's kind of like.
I understand. Like that's not. I'm not that kind of person either. Like, I think that's someone says mows me away for what? People. I understand that people want like a break from stuff. They just want to enjoy themselves. They don't want to be lectured. And I'm not that kind of person. If you know me, I like to make videos for fun too. But like, I think there's a certain point where it's like, maybe you should just a little bit, maybe just like try not to, you know what I'm saying?
Well, no, not really, because most people talk like that. It's like there's nothing that everything's off limits when I have that conversation most of the time. Now, I'm not saying that and I don't know you well enough, but when I hear comments like that, it eventually devolves into absolutely everything's off limits.
If people are like blatant, and I understand that like what they're doing is not necessarily that, but like if someone is blatantly like being racist, would you be like, hey, don't do that? Would you like say that?
I think no, not in every situation. I think if I couldn't get away from it. So if somebody's
I understand I want to be confrontational, but at the same time,
there's no way to do that unconfrontationally. All right, so here, let me give you a couple scenarios. All right, if I see somebody going on, I don't know, damn niggers and all that other, I'm getting the other way. If I see it in the chat, I'm going to ignore it. If I see a content creator do it, I'm going to turn it off. Right. And it really also depends. Like one of the mistakes you made, we actually stood up against the alt-right a couple years ago. You used it in one of your videos. You used Nick Diorio's video. Nick Diorio did a fantastic job exposing the doxing that was going on inside of alt-right YouTubers, Ethan Klein's server, where he's doxing and legitimately harassing, and we stood up to that. We think there is a very stark difference from a guy who starts a podcast if a bunch of Jews are slaughtered in Pittsburgh and fucking has Hardy Hars over it, and comparing that to N-word towers. I think those are starkly different things, and I think that's the biggest mistake in the video.
Yes,
yeah, but here's the problem. In your video, you try to make Nick out to be a hypocrite by comparing the N-word towers to what Ethan Ralph did. We're the ones that busted Ethan Ralph.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not fully aware of what he did in that situation. I just saw that he was condemning people in chat, and then he like did the exact opposite.
You got to do better than that. If you don't want the shit, you got to do better than that. That should have been cut. because
I saw hypocrisy there. It's like
it's not hypocrisy if there's a stark difference. You just admitted there was a stark difference between an N-word tower and somebody laughing and cashing in on Jews' bodies not being culled in a synagogue in 2019 in Pittsburgh. There's a stark difference there.
That's awful, right?
Yeah, I mean, just sit there and compare that to an N-word spitting on their graves. I mean, there is very, very, like, laughing at an N-word tower, right? And laughing at something like as horrific as that are two very different things. And to sit there and combine the two and drive some kind of false equivalence.
You see the similarities, right? It's the same.
No, I don't. I don't. You know why an N-word tower is funny? Do you know why an N-word tower is funny? Do you know why an N-word tower is funny?
Because it's like offensive.
Yes, to you.
That's a lot of money, I guess. For
that's why it's funny. Of color. It's not funny by itself.
Like, if I'm being honest, I'm not usually that kind of person who, like, you know, I just feel like there's like a certain limit to, like, hey.
Did you write this?
You know,
can I ask you something?
What?
I want to see if you write this. I want to see if you wrote this because then you're kind of.
Whoa, you saw my Vox article? What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, this is what I do for a living. So you're going up against. That's another thing. You're going up against pros.
Look, okay, obviously, okay.
I do this for a living. All right, listen. I've been really nice to you. I want to know, and I don't hate you for writing this. By the way, I'm not trying to expose you.
Sorry.
All right, I don't hate you at all. I don't hate anybody.
I was a dumb fucking teenager.
Fair enough. Okay.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's the point. That's like.
All right. Can I? By the way, I think this is
like you a lot. I'm not gonna lie. You're actually a really cool person.
All right.
Well, I respect you a lot for not like attacking me and just like having a conversation.
I think you're because I thought you were really setting on my friends to look like raging fucking bigots. You seem a lot more reasonable.
I don't think that they're bad people. I just don't like some of the behavior. And I
fair enough. And you have every right to point that out, but you're gonna get goofed on because it's like you're the party pooper. All right. I'm just telling you, whether that's right or wrong, that's what's gonna happen. Let me read this to you. Let me read. Consent is stupid.
I know what I went into.
Consent is stupid. Rape is natural and necessary for a happy and healthy society. Why is the modern world so miserable? Because rapists are treated like criminals instead of cherished for their masculinity. Fuck feminism. I wish men weren't so afraid of raping me. Hashtag make rape legal. Did you write that?
Do you actually think I believe that?
No! That's the whole point. No! We think it's funny as fuck.
And I wanted attention. I'm sorry.
It was a joke.
It was a joke. That's what we're doing. Oh, come on. Then you're no better than Rose. You're no better than us.
Like, I know, but I haven't done that stuff in a while.
It's okay, but so why do you feel?
I realize it's bad, and I try to.
Why do you look? Fair enough.
Can I make a quick point,
go ahead.
Tommy?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Have you watched any of Augie's content or Nick's content recently? Within
the truth is, and I'll tell you the story behind that video. I collected all the clips in like August of 2020, and I like filmed the video like months ago. So like, if it seems out of date, the reason for that is because the video was made a long time ago.
Right. Okay.
I was just afraid to post it.
I'd like to point out, Augie has gone on record disavowing stuff in his chat recently. Like they went a little too far
when he talked about me
and he disavowed it.
I was impressed.
Nick has disavowed his stuff. Like they're maturing. They're getting older. Like
Nick seems like a good guy from what I've seen in the John Swan situation. Like they seem like they're, and I do kind of regret it. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I made a stupid decision to post that video. I don't know. It was on a whim decision after like waiting for months.
Fair enough. Look.
I can acknowledge I make mistakes, you know.
Well, yeah, so do we. But I don't like my buddies. Look, I don't like my buddies being. You made some stupid tweets. I mean, by this point, this is funny. I don't understand why it's illegal for a dog to lick my pussy and a gay man to lick each other's ass. That's fucking funny. All right.
Yeah. Look, you want a job on
nobody believes you, but you're not giving us. You're not giving us the no good alt-right Nazis the same benefit of the doubt that we're giving you, and that's really what this comes down to. And we're giving you that benefit of the doubt. At least I am.
You know what? I think I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. It's just they've just. I think now that I'm like on talking to you, I think I can see that they've definitely gotten better, and I like that.
I don't think they've gotten better at all. To be perfectly honest with you, I just don't think it's as serious as you think it is. I don't think we're hateful as you might think.
It's probably not that serious. I don't know. I just see a lot of toxic people in the community, and it's just like,
you know what? Boy,
I feel like I've been ganged up against.
They're mostly fucking gamer boys. Who cares? You know, they're not. It's what, like, if somebody says the N-word, is like a black person get kicked out of heaven? I mean, what war are you fighting here? You know,
I don't think it's that bad necessarily, like just in itself.
All right.
But it's just like, I don't know. It comes off as very I mean, you understand, right?
No, really. I'm a jerk. I like having a good time in life. I'm here to entertain the boys, and the girls want to come along. I'm all for it. By the way, I don't brag about this often. I have like the most diverse cast. Like so many people like spend their time and volunteer their time to me. It's diverse. It's LGBTQ. It's Arab. It's black. It's white. It's everything. You know, I mean, it's women. It's everybody, right? We even had a furry for a little while. You know, so I mean, I resent that my friends are being painted as being not inclusive, and I think we pretty much are. And I think also when it comes time to stand up to certain stuff, we stood up to false rape allegations, and we stood up to the alt-right. And by the way, I took a lot of crap for that. I mean, Nick, they're sending pizzas to his house, Korans, threatening him. I mean, we got trolls in chat every day, people threatening me. I've had my children's lives threatened just this last week. I mean, we go through all that.
I'm so sorry. That's awful.
Yeah, but I don't want to be a victim. I don't think that helps. And I think the more and more I reach out like that.
I don't think you should feel bad for being like, hey, this awful thing happened to me.
No, you know why? I'll tell you why. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you so much right now. When I don't do it, things get fucking done. It's easy. It's actually easier. It's actually easier to ignore it and drive on. Because I want to win. I want it done. Otherwise, I'm constantly like, yeah, he said he's going to kill my kid and blah, 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 blah. I would rather be like, come kill my kid. I'll kill you. And not only that, I'm going to be on the fucking show and I'm going to be making people laugh. That is a way healthier attitude in my experience. I think the idea of dwelling on the things that make us different, the unfortunate things that happen to us, stop progress. That's what I've learned. I've had rotten things happen to me too. I grew up with a fucking terrible learning disability. I can barely spell. And you know what? I barely ever talk about it.
I guess,
and you know why? It works. I see Keemstar doing it too. He's got bad dyslexia like me. But he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And he never says,
thank you to the person who donated $5 and said, I was like, thank you for, yeah. Like I said, if someone's talking about me and there's 600 people watching, I feel like I want to defend myself. But yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting.
That's actually the difference between a lot of people who would just kind of just stay away and just complain. I appreciate you coming on and defending yourself.
Like, I have friends who would say to me, like, oh, you shouldn't come on. But, like, I feel like it's a good thing to do because it's like...
I agree. I couldn't agree with you more.
Well, you know what I mean.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think your friends suck. I'd never tell... I mean, unless the guy's got to be a complete
good
bigot.
people. I think they're looking out for me and they think, like, oh, you know, this is going to be bad for your mental health if you, like, talk about this. And maybe you shouldn't. But it's... I don't know. I just feel like I've got to... I feel like when you talk to people, you see them more as human. You see them as like, whereas otherwise it's like, oh, look at this person. Ha ha ha. So funny. Like, let me, which I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but you understand like a lot of people do that kind of stuff.
Oh, I could have been much worse. I could have took music apart. I could have done a million things. I mean, I know how to get fucking hardcore laughs.
And honestly,
and I didn't do it.
I feel like you handled the situation pretty well and I admire you.
I got to be honest with you. The only reason I did it that way, it's not an honorable reason. It's not an honorable
reason.
People
saying I'm backpedaling.
The only reason, no, I'm not backpedaling at all. The only reason I did it that way because I wanted to prove you wrong. I wanted to prove, because I could have, done worse. We could have gone over your music and stuff like that. And by the way, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Is once you put yourself on the public platform, your game, I just wanted to play your game and show you were wrong. And that's the case. I'm not backpedaling on anything.
Like I said, if I hear information that
I don't think she's backpedaling. I don't think she's backpedaling either. I think I think you told the truth. I don't think so. I don't think.
I just like having human conversations with people, and I feel like once you treat other people like, hey, we're human beings, we can talk through this. I think that's the way to go.
Sure, but here's another thing: when you grandstand,
people get so mad at me because
and call them when you grandstand and call them bigots, you're going to get a visceral reaction. That's probably why it seems like bad. But I believe you. I believe you 100%. I don't think you're backpedaling at all. I mean, you already said you're wrong. So, I mean, you know, the way I was raised, all sins forgiven. All right. You said you fucked it up, whatever, you know, but if you're going to be if you're going to challenge people and throw around words like that, you're probably going to get it the other way. You just, you get what you give, you know, I think that's fair. You know, and if you come at me, if you come at me hard, like I'm like, it's like when you came on, you guys are piling up on me. I took offense to that.
I didn't come on you. I didn't know. I mean, I've seen a few of
you. But you thought I was piling. You thought I was dogpiling on you. I was harsh, for sure. But I wasn't like, you're no fucking good or anything like
as
that.
long as you were attacking my video and not like me as a person and like
No,
word
I didn't.
insulting me for no reason,
No.
then I don't have an issue with you.
Absolutely not.
Because I can respect constructive criticism and I actually like constructive criticism.
Okay.
I don't like people who are like, oh, look, you don't have eyebrows. Like, what is that? What is that?
But that is a
That's
part of being a
not-
public figure. You know that, right? I'm fat and
Yeah.
old. Yes, that's part of being a
But
public
it's like,
figure. That's part of being a public.
Why
Gotta
do
suck
people
it up.
feel the need to? I'm not saying like, oh, you can't do it. It's just so unnecessary.
I mean,
and it's just,
you're
like,
a
you're not
transgender
accomplishing
woman. You
anything with
really
that.
expect nobody to say anything? You don't think there's one bigot out there or one guy that's just going to try to get your goat? I mean,
I'm not saying I don't expect it. I
Yeah.
just I would hope that people would be better.
they're not. Why? Why would you feel? What in your experience? I mean, I could imagine. I can
I've had
only
people say
imagine what you
awful
went through as
things
a
about me.
teenager. I only imagine. What
could-
makes you think it was going to get better?
That's a lot of money, I guess.
I
for
try to
a
have
person
hope
of
for
color.
people that like, hey, like I said, I'm not saying I expect things to be better. Like I
Mm.
understand, people are going to say bad things, but I want to see the best in people. I want to believe that people can have an intelligent conversation and say, hey, this argument, I don't agree with that, and don't go into personal attacks.
Okay.
I think that's a pretty simple, request.
Fair enough.
And I'm not saying everyone's going to do that. It's just I don't know. I feel like I can.
I
criticize people
think
who have
what you
nothing
need.
to
I
offer.
think as a YouTuber, what happens a lot of times is you want to use sort of ad hominems, and because you want to drive the point home and entertain, and what that does, that might get the audience you're trying to connect with connected, but at the same time, when you use kind of big words like racist, bigot, stuff like that, it charges up the opposition. And it gives them a
And I'm
reason.
sorry, maybe I did go too far in my video. Maybe I did. I'm sorry.
I don't know if you went too
know a
far.
lot
You're
of people who
by the way,
probably
I'm not
would've
saying you're not
gone
entitled to do what you're doing, and you're certainly entitled to speak up about behavior you don't like. But it's just like if mom came in the room, guys, quiet down. That's what it feels like, and that's going to get.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
And again, I just want to phrase I'm not typically that kind of person who does that kind of stuff.
Tough to
I mean,
tell
you've
when
seen
that's
some
what
of
you
the
put out
stuff
for the
I've,
world, though.
Said
And
in the past, right?
I believe
I
you.
used to be like that, but it's
I believe you.
No,
I do.
feel like
I
I've
do.
grown up. I feel like
totally believe you. But
I
when you
don't
put that
wanna be
content
that
out, it's tough to
person, and
tell.
I don't really see it, but I can understand how it comes off that way.
Sure. Okay. Fair enough. I don't think we're enemies.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wasn't expecting it to be this civil. I
Mm.
mean, like I've said, I've just dealt with so much in the past, and I don't need to go on because it's
Nick's a
not
good guy.
relevant.
Augie's a good guy. Tom's a good guy. I think so. I'm sure you wouldn't agree with him. I'm sure you wouldn't want to be in a locker room with him. But I do think so. If I thought they were anywhere legitimately racist or God forbid did anything to minorities, I certainly would take care
I
of
just
it.
think that they've probably have beliefs because they've been on a certain space online. And like I said, I don't think that they're bad people. I think sometimes the ideas are bad, but not the people.
Oh, fair enough.
I would never want anything bad to happen.
I don't
to
think
any of these people.
you know what?
want
I don't
nothing
think
but
we
the best for
disagree.
them.
I don't think
Truly
we
do.
disagree on much. I agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. All right, Russ. I'm going to end the show right now. I've already been on for an hour and a half, but I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry I wasn't on earlier. I just, like I said, I did not expecting.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, you weren't expecting. You
I
don't
did
get a lot
not
of ideas.
expect someone to make a live stream
You know,
about me.
I was running. I'll be honest with you. I needed content, and this looked like a lot of fun.
Oh my God.
I took your challenge. Hey, when you post something out there, somebody might see it.
You're right, but
Right.
I just thought, oh, no one's gonna care. This is gonna get like 50 views, right? Because I just
you got more views on this.
I haven't been relevant on YouTube in a while.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Keep trying. Keep trying. This is. I don't want to discourage anybody, but if you piss, moan, and complain, you're gonna attract piss, moan, and complainers. That's all I'm telling you, kiddo. All right.
Okay.
All right. Have a good one, Rose. Take care.
Thank you.
Take it easy,
I
Wes.
appreciate you having me on. Thank you for being fair.
Take care. You're still gonna get made fun of, but take care. Do you believe her? I believe her.
I believe her.
I do.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe she was genuine. I think once she realized she mistook you for Tipster, the whole tone changed.
Jeez, I gotta lose some weight. God. Yeah. So, all right. I know I got a lot of people in there. I will go into paid Discord chat right afterwards and smoke one. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun. And I don't think she backpedaled. I think she made a mistake.
Yeah.
I think she made a mistake. And she did. It actually makes sense because the incident's almost a year old that it came up the way it did. And I'm absolutely sure that she's used to people dunking on her. She's easy to dunk on. But and I could have dunked on her, and I wouldn't have fucking apologized for it either. I think you put something out there, you get what's coming to you, and it's the same way I do. And I have. I've experienced all the negative and bullshit, and I don't appreciate when people beg about it, piss and moan about it, because fucking YouTube's a great thing to freaking have. And you got to take the good with the bad. And that's just what I believe as a person. Sorry I couldn't get to the calls this time. We'll have, maybe we'll take do a call show tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be in the page Discord chat right after this. Thanks so much. Thank you, Rose.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree.
Nick's got a new video. Yes, we can. If you go in there, hey, listen. I didn't know it was out. I'm dying to watch it. If you are a paid Discord member, arcade member, anything to get you in that paid Discord chat, we'll be watching the next video in about 5 minutes. Become a member. YouTube, Twitch, everything. We can watch together. Bye. I gotta fucking hit the end stream button.